Hi there, got another hardware review for you today on cloud-based vaping. This one is the Innokin MVP version 3. This is a very intriguing device, as we shall now see. First of all, pretty common with Innokin, tough clamshell box. Front you got your iTaste MVP, nothing that side, few CE marks. The back, get the light, a few bits and pieces about the actual device itself. So what we'll do now is we shall open a box and have a look inside. Taking the lid off, what you get is this: the MVP VOD, the charge cable, and this, an Ego adapter. If you're using the old style Ego clearomisers, fit this little device on the top of your mod. You can then screw your Ego tank on the top of this device. Now, let's take it all out. Got your charge cable, have the device itself, your adapter, inside, get off, you have your MVP instruction manual and some stickers. Yes, I've already used one of them, stuck it on my phone. Where else to stick a sticker than on your phone? The instruction book on this is fairly in-depth, tells you everything you need to know about the MVP, and basically how to use it, how to charge it, and how to use the special feature on this. I'll come to that in a minute. First of all, this is your device. A fairly weighty device. Has the original Innokin 3 off, 3 on. 1, 2, 3. 3 clicks are off. Wait for it to go off. 1, 2, 3. And we're back on. Fire button. Have your plus and minus keys. You have your charge port, micro USB charge port. Your 510 connector. This is an LED battery charge indicator. Still showing green. This device has an inbuilt LiPo battery in it. LiPo. It doesn't take 18650 batteries. It is an all-in-one device. You cannot change the batteries on this. It is a sealed unit. The screen, I don't know if you can see that, is fairly bright. This device is capable of variable wattage and variable voltage. Each setting works independent. You cannot have variable voltage working with variable wattage. You either have one or the other. This fires up to, I believe, 30 watts maximum, up to 20 volts. I'm not sure. 2 secs. I really must do more review of this device before I actually go and tell everybody about it. Come on. 8. Nine volts maximum. It round robins, so if you go past one you can either go back or just keep scrolling and let it get round to back to where it was. Single 510 connector. I don't know if this is spring loaded. I'm going to find out. You can see, sorry, I'm still getting used to this camera. You can't really tell, but there is a bit of a push on it. It feels like it's a stiff spring if it is, but it's adjustable. Can't tell if it's spring loaded or if it's on a rubber grommet, but it is adjustable. Now, To access this device fires coils from 0.3 ohms. It will not fire any coil lower than 0.3 ohms. If you are one of these vapors that likes to seriously sub-ohm anything from 0.1 below 0.1 to 0.09 or 0.06, the MVP will not fire it. It will fire coils from 0.3 or above. I found that out the hard way. Now, this is a really compact device. At the minute we're on volts, you can't really tell. Yep, so press the plus button, which is there, plus your fire button, and hold. It then changes to watts. Press below minus and the power button, it changes to variable voltage mode, depending on what you want, either wattage or voltage, one or the other unfortunately with this device. Now, the saving grace of this device is this. You have a output USB charge port. You also have an inbuilt micro USB charge cable. Now, let's say you're sat at home vaping away and the mod you are using is low on charge and your charge cable is either upstairs, in the kitchen, and you don't want to move and you have this to hand. Put simply, the micro USB port into your said device. As you can see there, the Quest Mini Pegasus is charging from the MVP version 3. Can't get the bugger out now. Ah, there we go. The USB output, right there, if you've got a mobile phone or an iPod or an iPhone, plug the standard USB connector into this device and then plug that into your mobile phone, to your iPod, into your MP3 player. This will charge it depending how much charge this device actually has stored. If the device itself is running pretty low, you're going to have a hard time charging. Why did I put that there? It is a good little device. You can put tanks on there, providing they are above 0.3 ohms. Drippers go very well with this. It's chargeable at the front with its micro USB. Also has the capability of charging any other battery powered device. I'd say portable media device, your phone, your MP3, via this device. Not many mods will do that. First impressions, these come in a variety of different colours. This one's in black, as you can tell. They come in pink, blue and a clear silver. Silver can be alright. The silver one I tried tend to leave fingerprints. It's a fingerprint magnet. The black is not so bad. It hides the fingerprints. It is in a sense, it is heavy, but it's not too heavy. It's not that heavy to think, bloody hell, I can't carry this around with me. It weighs a ton. It's like carrying a brick. It's not too bad. Seriously, it's not so bad. Right, we're on 3 bars. When you fire this device, the light there, when it's fully charged, glows green. When it gets to about halfway, it starts to glow amber. When it gets to a lower than that, it starts to glow red. And when it gets to a really almost completely flat battery, it just won't fire at all. To charge this, you're looking a few hours at least to charge this device from completely flat to fully charged. When charging, this light is on. It's on green. When charging is complete, that light will go off. So you know when it's charged. Always use the supplied USB cable. Don't use any other cable. I strictly taught myself, if you're going to charge anything with a cable, use the one that comes supplied with it. The same goes for mods. To be safe, always use the cable that comes supplied with your mod. That way you don't put yourself in risk of battery explosion, of venting, or causing yourself any sort of serious injury. It's always safe to use the cable that can provide it. That's a nice juice. Anyway, I'm going off topic. Looks, as you can see there, it's got like a kind of ribbed mottled effect. Sort of adds to the grip of the mod. It's not rubberized. It's solid. It's a solid mod. If you drop this from a certain distance, it will survive. If you drop it on your foot, however, it will hurt because it's heavy and it's got sharp edges. You drop this on your foot with nothing on it, no shoes, it will hurt. Talking from experience. The variable wattage goes up to 30 watts. Excuse me. It only goes up to 9 volts, but 9 volts is more than enough to run a tank, excuse me, a tank or a dripper. More than enough. 30 watts, it depends how you like your vape. I found that 30 watts gives a sort of warmish vape. It's not too cold, it's not fire. It is enough to give what you want. It's a cracking little device. I mean, it's fairly cheap. I got this again from Promarts. This cost me £50. 50 quid for basically a battery deck, a charge port, a mod, 3 in 1. So performance wise, what we're going to do, I'm going to fit the Horizon Arctic tank to this, which is on a previous video. See how it produces on variable voltage, and we shall also see how it performs on variable wattage only. And then coming up on the next video, we'll be reviewing this, the Cloud Sig Cloud Fishbone Dripper. This will be my device of choice for juice reviews. Very looking forward to that review. Right, let's take the Arctic tank off of the Mini Pegasus. And I can get the damn thing off. There we go. And put it on the MVP. If you see my eyes looking everywhere, I'm still getting used to this camera. I've only had it a day. I really aren't used to it. Oh dear. Right. I'm not running this at 9 volts. You can get stuffed. Damn it. Okay, we're going to be running this at 5 volts, running at 0.6 ohm coil at 30 watts with the Arctic tank. This camera doesn't really pick up things very well, but you're going to focus? You're going to focus on? No, bollocks to you. Right. Right, here we go. 5 volts, 0.6 ohm coil, 30 watts, here we go. We'll try that again. Always check that your bloody air intakes are open. Dearie me. No wonder I wasn't getting anything from it. It's late on a Saturday. 20 past 11. It's way past my bedtime. Way past my bedtime. Anyway, here we go. That fires really good. Not a problem from this running at 5 volts. Don't think it's going to do much difference if I change it to 30 watts, but we'll... This goes in 5 watt increments. 0.5 increments, sorry. 0.5 and then 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, or the other way around. 29, 29.5, 30. 30 watts, 0.6 ohm coil. It's now showing 4.2 volts. Here we go. That's doing really well. That's doing really well. You're gonna focus again out. Still, camera's got a mind of its own. Woo! No problems handling this coil at all. 0.6 ohm coil. This will fire it, not a problem. Goes all the way up to, I think I tried it at 1.2 ohm coil. Fires them, no problem. Absolutely no problem at all. Still 30 watts, 0.6 ohm coil. Brilliant. Not a thing with that. Handles this perfect. Absolutely incredible. For a mod that's got its own integrated battery, the battery life is exceptional. I've charged this from flat to full and used it with tanks. I've used it with the dripper. Perfect. It will last. The way I vape, it lasts me more than a day. Way more than a day. If you're an average mouth to lung vapor, it could last it even longer. I mean, seriously, the battery life on this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Handles this tank a charm. Produces great vapor. Pulses the coil well enough to get great flavour from it. It is a beefy mod, but it is really, really substantial. It does a fantastic job. Great stuff. Right. Pros and cons. Any cons? Any cons? Nope. I can't think of any cons for this. Not one. Maybe the integrated battery. that you can't change the battery. Maybe that's one. Really doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me the slightest. Pros. Here's the good part. Pros. Battery life. Battery life is fantastic. In my opinion, it is good. Oh yeah, this. Its ability to charge personal mobile items, either by the integrated mini USB charging port or by the USB port output at the bottom. That is an ingenious idea. It is for me. If I'm sat here vaping away and my mod's going low on battery and I can't be bothered to move because I'm comfy, because I'm lazy, I'll grab the MVP. Providing it's got enough charge, I'll whack it on the Pegasus, I'll charge the knee box with it. It'll just sit there happily, on its own, charging your mod, without a care in the world. I think also with this, if you charge this, you can also still continue vaping with it as it's bypassed. If you're charging and you think, ooh, I quite fancy another quick vape on that juice, just grab it and vape. It's there. It'll still charge once you're finished. Put it to one side, leave it for a few seconds, let it turn itself off, and it will it'll keep charging to itself until it's done. All in one. Fantastic little mod. The only drawback, now, mentioning it now, the only drawback I can think of is it won't fire a coil lower than 0.3 ohms. So if you're a serious sub-ohmer, we're talking seriously low sub-ohmer, this might not be the mod for you. Unfortunately, it will only fire them 0.3 or above. That's it. The coil in this, in the mini Triton tank, it won't fire it because this is a 0.2 ohm coil. Tried it? Nope. Wouldn't have any of it. All it does is if the coil is too low, the coil symbol on the mod will just flash. It'll just flash. It won't say check atomizer. It'll just flash with no reading, basically saying it can't read it because it's too low. That possibly is the only drawback for me. Possibly the only drawback is that it won't fire coils lower than 0.3. But from my personal point of view, I don't vape that low anyway. Yes, it only goes up to 30 watts. No, it doesn't do temperature control. It's variable wattage, variable voltage only. It does not support temp control. So if you like your temp control as well, maybe the MVP might not be the one for you. Depending what coil you've got. But I don't think there is no way around it. There is no way around it. Unfortunately, it won't do temp control. Thinking about it now, that could be the only two drawbacks. Low firing and doesn't support temp control. But apart from that, those minor points aside, the MVP version 3 from Innokin is a cracking little device. Yeah, granted, the MVP's been out a while now, because I've started doing reviews on YouTube. I've started with devices that your new vapor might be interested in. Going from your standard clearamizers, wanting to move up in the world of mods, up into the world of new tanks, new coils, rebuildables. To start with, this is fine. You don't need to buy batteries for it. They're already in there. You've got your adapter, which if you want to still keep your clearamizer, your ego clearamizer, pop the thread, get out. remove the active tank, and we'll, for demonstration purposes, use the Triton 510 connection. Just screw that on there, like that. You have threads on the outside, and you've got threads on the inside. So you can screw tank on the top, and if you've still got your old clearomisers, it'll screw on the threads on the outside. Don't know whether you can see that. It's flashing. For those that can't see because the camera won't focus, what was flashing then is the ohm reader telling you that it can't fire that particular device because the wattage, the ohms are too low. That was a 0.2 ohm coil. This is a 0.6, is it? Is it a 0.6 coil? 0.6 coil. So if you've got anything lower, try and fire it, it won't. Simple as that. Safety first. It just won't do it. But to summarise, the Innokin MVP is a cracking little device. Ideal for those that want to branch out, stuck with your locked wattage and locked voltage eye sticks, and you're fancying something just a bit more upmarket, something a bit more stylish, shall I say. The MVP is one of quite a handful of devices out there, not a starter kit, but will support your standard 510 tanks, and will also support your clearomiser. If you still want to keep your clearomiser, it will still work on that. And there we go. The MVP version 3 for Innokin. The eye taste. Eye taste great. Hey! Right. That's it from me. Nothing more on the eye taste. Next video is what I've just mentioned before, is the what's it called? Sig Cloud, that's it. Sig Cloud. How can I forget that when it's right in front of me? Is the Sig Cloud Fishbone Dripper. And then after that, we're on to the juice reviews. Mainly the iBreathe range again. Got the Wonderberry to come, the iBreathe Cloud Poker Face, and the Kings of Vapor Heisenberg, which will be a debut for the Heisenberg, letting you see what reaction my face turns when I decide how disastrous it's going to taste. Really looking forward to that one. Yes, brilliant. Watch me choke, cough my lungs up and basically curse the juice for tasting like crap. It might be nice. I don't know. I'm not putting up much hope. For what people say it's got menthol in it, no, not for me. But that's another story. That's another review. But from me and the Innokin, it's goodbye from me. If you like this video, give us a like. Any questions, feel free to comment. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, really. If you want to see more of these videos and you like the previous ones, hit the subscribe button. You'll be notified of any new videos that I upload. At the moment, videos are few and far between, depending on what things I can get into review. At the moment, what I've got is only a handful, so that's going to have to last until I, funds permitting, decide to get something else. But if any big companies are out there and you're wanting me to review your products, feel free, send me an email. I don't mind. I'll review your products. I'll give you a personal opinion of what I think of the product. And if it's juice, if it's mods, I don't mind. I give it an honest review. Seriously, an honest review. I won't say it's good if it's crap. I'll say it's crap. But from what I've had so far, from juicers, from iBreathe, from the Quest, the Kneebox, the Innokin, I've had no problems at all. No problems. That's it from me from this one. I'll see you on the next video, hopefully. And from me, take care and see you later.